For years, Olivia Brooke, a woman with a kind smile and thoughtful eyes, carried a weight she couldn't quite name. A young mother from the Appalachian Mountains, nestled in a community where resilience is a way of life, she always felt a little different. Olivia lived with a quiet, persistent anxiety that seemed to hum beneath the surface of her everyday life, coloring her interactions and decisions. It was a constant companion, an unwelcome guest in her own mind. The question, "Are you mad at me?" became a reflex, a phrase she uttered more often than she realized. It echoed in her relationships, creating a subtle tension, a fear of disapproval that she couldn't quite shake. It surfaced in small moments and silences, those pregnant pauses in conversations that felt like chasms to her. She would analyze every word, every gesture, searching for signs of displeasure. She thought it was a personal flaw, a sign of weakness, a character defect she needed to overcome. Until, at 28, after years of quiet suffering, she was diagnosed with ADHD. Suddenly, her lifelong struggles with anxiety, the constant feeling of being on edge, the racing thoughts that never seemed to quiet down, disorganization, the inability to keep her home or her thoughts in order, and emotional overwhelm, the intense reactions to seemingly small setbacks, made sense. The pieces of the puzzle finally clicked into place. The question wasn't insecurity, a deep-seated fear of not being good enough. It was a symptom of a neurodevelopmental condition, a different way her brain was wired, that had shaped her life, influencing her choices, her relationships, and her perception of herself. Sharing her story online, tentatively at first, then with growing confidence, Olivia discovered thousands of women, scattered across the globe, with the same hidden struggle, the same unspoken anxieties and feelings of inadequacy. Her vulnerability created a space, a safe haven where women could share their experiences without judgment, for recognition and validation, a collective sigh of relief as they realized they weren't alone, revealing that the constant need for reassurance, the persistent seeking of external validation, was not a character flaw, a sign of neediness or insecurity, but a signpost of undiagnosed ADHD, a clue that pointed towards a deeper understanding of themselves. Understanding this transformed her life, shifting her perspective and empowering her to embrace her unique way of thinking. From quiet desperation, from a life lived in the shadows of anxiety and self-doubt, to empowered self-awareness, a journey of self-discovery fueled by connection and understanding. ADHD is often misunderstood as a childhood disorder of hyperactive boys, but for women, it's different. Instead of bouncing off walls, many women experience relentless mental restlessness, racing thoughts, chronic forgetfulness, and overwhelm. These symptoms are not carelessness, but the result of a brain wired for chaos. Inattentive ADHD in women is often mistaken for dreaminess or laziness, leading to shame and self-doubt. As awareness grows, more women are seeking diagnoses, finally finding language for their struggles. Unmasking ADHD means seeing past stereotypes to the real, hidden challenges women face every day. At the heart of Olivia's question lies a complex and often misunderstood condition. It's a question that many women with ADHD grapple with, a feeling of intense vulnerability to criticism and judgment. It's a question that delves into the very core of how we perceive ourselves and our relationships with others. Lies rejection sensitivity disorder, or RSD. But what exactly is RSD? It's more than just being sensitive, it's a profound and often debilitating emotional response. A powerful, painful response to perceived criticism or rejection. It's not just about feeling a little down when someone disagrees with you. It's an overwhelming wave of emotional pain that can feel almost unbearable. This pain can manifest in various ways, from intense sadness and anger to feelings of worthlessness and despair. For women with ADHD, this sensitivity is often heightened. Even minor social slights, things that others might brush off, can trigger overwhelming emotional pain. A misinterpreted glance, a delayed text message, or a perceived lack of enthusiasm can all be interpreted as signs of rejection, leading to intense emotional distress. The ADHD brain struggles to regulate emotions, making it difficult to manage these intense feelings, amplifying every perceived rejection, turning molehills into mountains of emotional turmoil. Years of negative feedback and missed cues, often experienced by women with ADHD, contribute to this heightened sensitivity. Create a cycle of anxiety and self-doubt where every interaction is filtered through a lens of potential rejection. RSD leads to people-pleasing or withdrawal as a way to cope with the fear of rejection. as women try to avoid the pain of disapproval, often sacrificing their own needs and desires in the process. Olivia's story gave a name to this hidden struggle, validating the experiences of countless women, resonating with thousands who finally felt seen and understood. Understanding RSD is key, not just for those who experience it, but for anyone who wants to support and understand the women in their lives, to understanding the emotional reality of ADHD in women. It's about recognizing the depth of their emotional experiences and providing them with the support and understanding they need. It explains why so many live with invisible pain beneath the surface, masking their struggles and trying to navigate a world that often feels overwhelming and judgmental. Motherhood pushed Olivia's undiagnosed ADHD to its breaking point. The demands of caring for a child made her executive function challenges impossible to ignore. Overwhelmed and guilt-ridden, she finally sought a diagnosis at 28. Starting medication was life-changing. It quieted the mental static and let her true abilities shine. Olivia documented her transformation online, showing how treatment made daily life manageable. Her message: with the right support, women with ADHD can thrive, not just survive. Her journey from chaos to clarity offers hope to mothers everywhere. Diagnosis and treatment can turn struggle into strength. In the vast landscape of the internet, a single spark can ignite a wildfire of shared experiences. Olivia's viral TikTok, centered around the simple yet profound question, "Are you mad at me?" wasn't just a fleeting trend. It sparked a wave of recognition that resonated deeply with women across the globe. It was a collective aha moment, a shared understanding that transcended geographical boundaries. Thousands of women, emboldened by Olivia's vulnerability, shared their own stories, pouring their hearts out into the digital space. They recounted similar experiences, echoing the sentiments expressed in the original TikTok. In doing so, they realized they weren't alone in their struggles. The isolation they had felt for so long began to dissipate, replaced by a sense of belonging and camaraderie. The comment section beneath Olivia's video transformed into a digital support group, a safe haven where women could share their experiences, offer encouragement, and find solace in the knowledge that they were understood. The overwhelming feeling was one of profound relief. Years of self-doubt and confusion began to melt away as they connected with others who had walked a similar path. The shared stories provided a sense of validation, confirming that their experiences were real and that their feelings were justified. It was a powerful affirmation that they were not simply making things up or being too sensitive. Before finding this online community, many had blamed themselves for years, internalizing the negative messages they had received from society and even from those closest to them. They were never knowing their struggles were, in fact, common symptoms of ADHD, a neurodevelopmental condition that often goes undiagnosed in women. Olivia's story gave them the language to articulate their experiences, providing a framework for understanding their challenges and seeking appropriate support. It also gave them the courage to seek professional help, to finally address the underlying issues that had been holding them back for so long. Her growing online community is not just a collection of individuals. It's a testament to the transformative power of shared experiences and the profound impact of online connection. It's a testament to the power of shared vulnerability, demonstrating how opening up about our struggles can create a ripple effect of healing and empowerment. Authentic conversations about neurodiversity, like the one sparked by Olivia's TikTok, are essential for fostering understanding, acceptance, and support. These conversations are breaking the silence and stigma surrounding mental health, paving the way for a more inclusive and compassionate society. When one woman shares her truth, she not only heals herself but also creates a space for others to do the same. It empowers countless others to do the same, creating a chain reaction of sharing and support that can transform lives. Connection is the first step, the crucial initial move towards acknowledging our shared humanity and breaking down the walls of isolation. It's the first step toward understanding and healing, a journey that begins with the simple act of reaching out and saying, "I understand you're not alone." ADHD in women is often missed because the condition was long defined by male-centric stereotypes. Girls with inattentive symptoms are labeled as shy or lazy, not disruptive, so they slip through the cracks. Many women are first diagnosed with anxiety or depression, missing the root cause, ADHD. Treating only the anxiety is like mopping up a flood without fixing the leak. The real problem persists, fueling shame and burnout. The rise in adult diagnoses is a long overdue correction, not a trend. Women are finally finding the right name for their struggles and demanding better care. Understanding the gendered presentation of ADHD is key to ending decades of misdiagnosis. Not all symptoms of brain fog and poor focus are ADHD. Josie Healthsmith's story is a cautionary tale. Her ADHD was actually severe iron deficiency. ADHD medication didn't help, but iron injections transformed her life. Iron deficiency is common and can mimic ADHD, yet often goes undiagnosed. Many women may be suffering from treatable conditions mistaken for mental health issues. Josie's experience highlights the need for thorough medical evaluation before diagnosing ADHD. Ruling out other causes is essential for effective treatment. Accurate diagnosis means real relief, not just for ADHD but for any underlying issue. If Olivia's story resonates, consider seeking professional guidance. Start by honestly describing your lifelong struggles to a doctor or mental health professional. Prepare a list of symptoms from childhood to adulthood. ADHD is developmental. Insist on a comprehensive evaluation, including medical tests to rule out conditions like iron deficiency or thyroid issues. Accurate diagnosis is the foundation for effective treatment and self-understanding. Be patient and persistent. Find clinicians who understand adult ADHD in women. A diagnosis is not a label, but a tool for self-compassion and better management. If you see yourself in Olivia's story, know this: you are not alone, and your struggles are real. For too long, women with ADHD have been misunderstood and blamed. Today, you can begin rewriting your story with self-compassion. There is a growing community of women who understand exactly what you're going through. Seeking a diagnosis is an act of self-care and strength. The right knowledge leads to the right tools: medication, therapy, or lifestyle changes. Let go of shame. You are not broken, but uniquely resilient.